Hi, I'm Owen from Rask Australia. In this video, I'm going to explain what your investing edge means and how you can become a better investor over time. So what is an investing edge? There's a saying that if you do the average thing, you'll get average results. In the share market, doing average is actually quite a good thing. But how about if you want to become a better investor and you want to use your skills to be better than average? Well, there are three commonly accepted edges in investing. So an edge is a way to become better than average. And the three things are these. The first edge that you need to understand is what we call an informational edge. Another word for edge is advantage. So an informational advantage. So how do you get an informational advantage? Let's imagine you listen to the news each day. What does the news actually tell you about your portfolio and about your different types of investments? Chances are, if it's the everyday news, you're not going to get really good substance and really good context and really good examples and hear from really smart people about the share market, because not everyone wants to learn about and hear about the share market. So what you can do is you can use information to your advantage. You can listen to better news sources. You can surround yourself with really good investors. You can subscribe to newsletters or blogs or podcasts or all of these different types of information, which will make you a better investor over time. But how about if you wanted to get an informational edge on a particular company? This is where you can be creative. So as an investor myself and as an analyst, I'm constantly looking for better sources of information that can give me an insight into a particular industry or a particular investment that will allow me to make better returns. A really good example is, imagine that you're going to invest in a retail company, a company that might sell shirts or shoes or widgets or cameras or anything like that. What you can do is you can actually go down to the store or visit the website where these particular things are sold, and you can make an assessment of the type of products and customer experience that is currently undergoing or currently underway at this business. A really good example is, imagine you go down to a fashion store down at the local shopping center, and is it really busy or is it really empty? Is a competitor business really busy and your store, the company that you're thinking is a really good investment, really empty? Well, maybe the other company is a better investment. Using that information, you can get a better insight into what the company is going to do in the future in terms of sales, in terms of profits, and maybe even dividends. It gives you an informational advantage over other people who don't get out from behind the desk and go and actually have a look at the business that they're trying to invest in. The second edge is called an analytical edge, or an analytical advantage. So how do you analyze information better than someone else? Now, you can upskill, you can take online courses, you can read good books, or you can hear from great investors to think about ways to analyze information better. A really good example and way to illustrate this is, imagine you and me get the same annual report. It's on the same company, we've accessed it through our brokerage account, we've gone to the announcements section, and we've got the annual results in front of us. I read the results and I say, oh geez, this company looks like it's in a lot of trouble. You read the results and you say, hey, it's not that bad. It actually might be a good investment. That is, in essence, your analytical ability and your analytical advantage playing out. Do you analyze a company better than I do? Well, if you do, then that means you have an analytical edge over me and potentially other investors. Now, there are important, different types of analytical ability. So when you sit down in a spreadsheet, maybe you're better at spreadsheets than me too. Maybe you can look at the numbers and you can think, this business looks like it's growing in this way and that way. That's an example of an analytical ability, which you can seek to sharpen over time. You can increase and sharpen your investing edges by learning and doing more of it over time. What is a behavioral edge? A behavioral edge or advantage is about the way that you react under pressure and how you can respond to certain types of market environments and use them to your advantage. Imagine for a second that your shares fell 20%. Is that a good or a bad thing? While you might think that that's a bad thing because, oh my gosh, the shares have fallen, someone who has a really cool temperament and is long-term focused might think this is a great opportunity. And so when you have a behavioral edge over other investors, you're going to act calm under pressure and you're going to be able to make better decisions. And that is what will give you better returns over the long term. The really important things to understand here is that it takes time to master your own emotion. You have to step outside yourself and look back in and determine whether you are feeling fearful, maybe you're feeling greedy, maybe you're feeling stressed. Are you getting ahead of yourself? All of these different types of emotions are things that you should seek to understand about yourself and put in place different steps and strategies to help you improve your behavior over time. A really good strategy that I use when I'm investing in shares is I typically have a checklist. So I have a checklist either in front of me on my computer screen. Long before I invest in a company, it's to determine, do I understand the business? Do I feel comfortable investing in this business? And has it met all my checks? That is a way for me to kind of put aside the emotional stuff and focus on the actual investment and make better decisions over time. Another really easy way that you can come to grips with your emotions in the share market is to follow other really good investors. Decide which investors you like to read or which investors you like to hear from and follow them. Subscribe to their newsletters, listen to their podcasts, watch interviews with them. Do they react differently to you under pressure? Is the share market down and are they thinking this is an opportunity? Follow along with what they say because they've been in the share market, chances are, a lot longer than you have, and you can learn from them. So every day I'm reading and I'm listening to other investors to see how they think about things and to try and improve my behavior. I say that investing in the share market is a 3 to 5 year apprenticeship because it takes time to fine tune your information sources and to get better information. It takes time to enhance your analytical ability, start using spreadsheets or start thinking about the financial metrics of a company. And it takes time, importantly, to master your emotions. That's why we say to start small, invest small amounts, and have a view to the long term. You know, people talk about these get rich quick schemes. Imagine instead of get rich quick, you got rid of the quick and you had get rich. If you had just get rich in your mantra, chances are you would be a lot calmer under pressure, a lot more focused on the long term, and you wouldn't be worried about doing it overnight. The best investors use time to their advantage. In the share market, no matter how you feel, no matter what emotions you have, you can't make the share price go up or down. So the only thing that you can do is take your time to find really good investments and let time do the heavy lifting. Warren Buffett says that in the share market, you should treat your investing as if you only had 20 investments to make in your entire lifetime. Because if you only have 20 investments to make, that's 20 buy decisions to make in your brokerage account. Chances are you would be a lot more patient with your investments and you would take time to pick the investments that are right for you. Treat the share market like it's a long-term wealth creation vehicle and your investing and your behavior will be so much better than the average investor. I'm Owen from Rask Australia. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video.